Good day, grade 11th. Welcome to this video. I'm very excited to record this video because I just got monetized like 2 days ago. So this is a very exciting video for me. So welcome. Today we will be discussing Dreaming of Light chapter 3. Now I do advise that you sit down, you have your pen, you have your highlighter and your book so that you can refer and add some of the things that you think that might be important for you. Okay? And I really do hope that you are preparing for your June exams because your June exams are like approaching, they're like around the corner. And before your June exams, I need to make a video basically explaining themes because I think those level questions, they're very important. So for this video I'll be using my quick study guide Dreaming of Light. So if you do want that study guide, you can text me on this email. I'm also going to leave that email in the descriptions below. If you want my study guide, you can just text me and then you can purchase it for like 30 rand. Okay, so it summarizes all the chapters. The day before your exam, you read the summaries and you understand. You are well prepared for the exam. Now please make sure that you watch my previous videos so that you can understand what is going on in this video. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to mention is that Rajal is negative and Taiba is positive. That's the first thing that you must know and you must understand. So there might be a question where you are required to explain why Rajal is negative, why Taiba is positive. So they might use the words optimistic and pessimistic. So optimistic is for Taiba and pessimistic is for Rajal. Okay, so you need to understand that and you need to be able to explain that. So in chapter 3, Rajal and Taiba, they discuss the story of Spike Maposa. Now, who is Spike Maposa? Because you need to be able to know your characters. Remember that the first questions, it will be like a table where you like match the characters, right? 4 marks question, everyone should get that 4 marks. So Spike Maposa is, he was a miner, I think, and then he escaped from the mines and now he's living a pretty good life. So Spike Maposa, he's the one that is like, he's basically the hope, right? He's Taiba's hope. So Taiba believes that they will get out of the mine because he knows the story of Spike Maposa, that he escaped the mine, he reported and he got gang people arrested. Okay, so that's Spike Maposa. So you need to be able to know Spike Maposa. You need to be able to know where he lives. So where he lives and what he's doing now. I think he's doing something like painting and stuff. So you need to be able to research that, and it is in your study guide that I do recommend that you buy it. Okay, so in my study guide I wrote that it is believed that he escaped from an illegal mine and he defeated the gang that controlled it, and that Spike Maposa is now an artist who paints scenes of illegal mines and exploited child laborers, and that he has dedicated his life to rescuing them. So that is in my study guide. Okay, so I'll just post a screenshot so they can see what I'm reading. Okay, so Rajal insists that Spike Maposa does not exist. He's basically a myth to Rajal. So what does this mean? Because now we know that Rajal is a negative person, he has given up on hope. He basically does not believe that he will make it out of the mine alive. Okay, so that's what he thinks. He thinks that for me to be able to leave the mine or escape the mine, I must die. That's what he thinks. Okay, so obviously it makes sense that Rajal does not believe that Spike Maposa exists because he believes in basically nothing. He believes in nothing. And to be honest, you cannot blame him. I mean, he has been in the mine for like so many years. Okay, so Taiba has been there for like 3 months, so it makes sense why he's negative. So Rijal does not believe that Spagmaposa exists, and you need to be able to remember that, because I think chapter 6, 7, he will change his mind, the way he sees things, because of love. Yes, Rijal will fall in love, but that is for another video. So Taiba is a positive person. He goes around in the mine telling other young miners that there is hope, that there is the legendary Spagmaposa who's going to rescue them. Okay? And then soon after, security guards sent by the legal owners of the mine arrive to inspect the area. So there are security guards in the legal mine that come to the mine time to time to check on the miners, to check if everything is okay, and to basically inspect the area. Okay, and chapter 3, there was a gunfight. Okay, a gunfight breaks out between the guards and the illegal miners near the surface. Okay, so basically people are shooting each other, people have to duck so that they don't get hit, stuff like that. So everyone underground is ordered to switch off their lamps and remain silent. The reason for that is because if they spot you, they will shoot you. Shoot to kill you instantly if they spot you. So they need to switch off their light. Okay. They also need to hide so that they don't get spotted. Okay. Basically to save their life. So you can see the dangers of the mine. It was very, very dangerous, a very horrible place. So everyone must stay quiet, must remain silent or be quiet and switch off their lamp, because you might die. Okay, so the gunfire triggers a rock fall. Okay, Tiber rushes off to find Iris, who is still hiding. Iris is Tiber's friend, and Iris appears to be weak, so he's very, very fragile. Okay, he gets beaten, and then he's basically not a strong person, he's fragile. So without Tiber's help, Iris would have died in the mine. Okay, so Iris would have succumbed to his. So Iris would have succumbed to his injuries, but Tiber saved him. Okay, so with all of the commotion going on, Tiber immediately looked for his friend, because he understands that Iris is very, very weak. He's a very, very weak person. So chapter 3 highlights the dangers that occurs in the mine. Okay, so Rajal, you can say it's very common. Like, he's used to the gunfight, he's used to the violence, he's basically used to the dangers. He knows how to escape. He knows how to escape the dangers. He understands the dangers. He's been there for like many, many years. Okay, for Taiba and Iris, they have been there for like 3 to 6 months. Okay, so they are not used to the place, but Taiba is very brave. So now another thing that I'm going to mention about chapter 3 is characterization. So I'm going to mention Rachel, Taiba, and Iris, which I've already done, but I just want to highlight those points. Okay, so let's start with Taiba. Characterization of Taiba. How Taiba appears in chapter 3. He appears to be brave. I've mentioned that he's brave. Why? Because he rushes to find Iris during the commotion. Okay, you can also say he's caring. Okay, so you can say he cares for his friend because he went to find him. Okay, so Iris is very weak, right? He appears fragile. And then Taiba, same thing, negative, and he is very, very aware. Okay, because he know the place better than the young miners. All right, so that was chapter 3. Okay, so I think for chapter 3 you might get a question where they want you to explain a theme, which is basically 3 marks at maximum. So the theme that you might find here is dangers of the mind. Okay, so dangers of the mind, you have to explain the dangers of the mind. Okay, so now that is chapter 3. Now if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, you like this video, and you turn on the notification bell. Why? Because every time that I post a video, you will get notified. Okay,